welcome to my channel. My name is Sam from the Beauty Unit Reseller. I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, and I have a what sold in a week video for you. I'm actually pre-recording a few of these because I expect that I'll probably be out on maternity leave starting shortly. Since this is a part-time thing, I hope to continue selling up until I go into labor, and then at that point I'm going to put all of my stores on vacation hold and just see how it goes, what I have the energy for. But I do anticipate seeing a slowdown in sales just because as of late I have not been posting regularly. I do have a full-time job outside of reselling, so this is a look at kind of what sales are looking like in this period where I've started to slow down a little bit. So these sales are actually from earlier. It kind of goes through a week. What I was able to sell with around 200 to 230 listings in my stores, and being able to update maybe once a week and not put in new listings every day for Poshmark and eBay. I know that can have a huge impact on how well you're able to sell and how often your store will show up. So if you are part-time and you're thinking about taking some time off, this is maybe a good reflection of what will result from that. So starting off the sales for this past week, I had a sale of an item that I was actually considering returning. I had bought it from the TJ Maxx yellow tag clearance sale, and I took way too long to return some items from that, and I ended up getting store credit, which is totally fine. And this was one item that I was considering returning but ended up keeping because I did sell it. I sold a Cynthia Rowley cashmere sweatshirt for $54.99, and the buyer paid $5 in shipping on eBay. The cost of goods on this was actually pretty high for it being a yellow tag clearance item. It was $30, and with shipping and fees it was $12.24. So the total profit was $17.75, but it only took 31 days to sell. So I see that as a pretty good amount of profit for a quick flip. The next item that sold was actually one that had been given to me from a friend when she moved across the country. She had some clothes and things that she didn't want to have to bring with her, which I don't blame her. It was a Susina t-shirt. This was just kind of a plain t-shirt, so it sold for $9.99 and $5 in shipping on eBay. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $5.95. So the total profit was $9.04. But it also took 405 days to sell. So when you have a lot of items that are in your inventory, sometimes it's worth it just to bring these types of items to your local buy-sell trade stores, see if they'll take them. In this case, I believe I took it to Style Encore and they did not accept it, so I ended up listing it myself. But definitely not something I would be on the lookout for, but for having received it for free, I'll take that $9 in profit. The next item that sold was from my recent closet clear out. If you didn't watch that video, I essentially needed to clean out all of my closet in the attempts to clear out a room for a nursery and the closet obviously within the nursery for my daughter's stuff. So I really needed to cut down on the amount of items that I personally had, and so I decided to list this Kona Soul beach cover up, and it was kind of like that really popular gauzy brushed cotton type of fabric. I find listing the types of items like that in winter, like the end of winter, they seem to sell really well because people are starting to go on vacations, go on spring breaks, and stores don't already have a lot of swim and beach wear. So this sold through Posher VA, which is a software that I use. It's basically a virtual assistant, and it will go ahead and share all my listings on a regular schedule daily. It will send offers to likers. So the offer that I have it send, I think, is after like 4 minutes of an item being liked, the Poshmark VA tool will send the liker an offer for 10% off and $5.95 in shipping. So someone did accept that for this Kona Sol beach cover up. I'll leave a link down below to Poshmark VA if you want to check it out. The offer was for $21 and $5.95 in shipping. It was my item, so the cost of goods was $0. And with shipping and fees, it was $11.87. And so the total profit was $15.08, and it only took 27 days to sell. The next item that sold was a Victoria's Secret gold label pair of sleep shorts. They were like a really pretty teal satin fabric with floral kind of pattern embossed in the satin. And this sold from a buyer offer. They had offered $18 and $7.67 in shipping. So now it's at the point where shipping has increased from $7.67 to $7.97. But since I am kind of filming a bunch of videos in a batch, that information is a little dated, but at the time that's what the shipping was. The cost of goods was $4.98, and with shipping and fees it was $11.27. So the total profit is $9.42, and it took 306 days to sell. I don't think that Victoria's Secret Gold Label is selling for quite as much as it had previously, and because this wasn't a set, it was just the short, it wasn't quite as desirable as if I had the cami to match the sleep shorts. I will still pick up Victoria's Secret Gold Label, but it's definitely not the BOLO item that it used to be. It took 306 days for that one to sell. The next item that sold was a pair of Free People velvet trousers. This actually got a lot of attention from the get-go of when I posted, and it took a little bit longer to sell than I was expecting. But I did end up taking a buyer offer for $70 and $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods from the Fox Liquidation small lot palette was $20.61, and with shipping and fees it was $21.67. So the total profit on this was $35.39, and it took 93 days to sell. The next item is also from a small liquidation lot. It was from the Ted Baker small lot from Boutique by the Box. So if you're interested in seeing what I picked up in that box, definitely take a look at that video. This reversible cardigan sold on a buyer offer. They offered $80 and $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $27, which is a little bit of a steep price, but I ended up picking the premium women's box from Ted Baker, which meant that all of the items were over a certain amount. I'll put a number on the screen, I don't remember off the top of my head. And all the items are new with tags, in great condition. Super happy with that box. $27 is still quite a bit to invest in a piece, and I don't have much experience selling Ted Baker. So far that's the only item that has sold from that box, but I think because a lot of the items were dresses, as I move into wedding season and people are starting to go to events, that some of those other items should start picking up. The cost of shipping and fees was $23.67, so the total profit was $37, which is great. It's more than what I invested in the piece, and this one took 16 days to sell. As I just mentioned, we are heading into wedding season, so I sold my first bridesmaid dress of the season on a buyer offer. It is a Jenny Yu bridesmaid dress, and the buyer had offered $93 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $16.50, which I believe I picked this up from either ThredUp or The RealReal, and it had been altered, so I just made sure to note that in the listing. The cost of shipping and fees was $26.27. So the total profit was $57.91, and it took 288 days to sell. The next item was also from the Free People Fox liquidation lot, and this was from the Intimately Free People lot. It was a ribbed Brahmi, and again, this sold through Poshmark VA offer. The offer was for $17 and $5.95 for shipping. The cost of goods was $5.18, and with shipping and fees, it was $11.07. So the total profit was pretty small. It was just $6.70. But what I love about the Free People liquidation lots is that they come pre-packaged, they're new with tags, and they're always in really good condition. And so I don't even open the packaging. I just take pictures of each side of the bag, and if I can, I'll take a close-up of the hang tag from the item and then a stock photo, so it's much easier for me to list those items as opposed to items where I have to steam them and put them on the mannequin and take a photo and everything. So it's just so easy, and especially since I'm in my 3rd trimester, it just took a lot of weight off of having to do all of that manual work, which I can appreciate. The profit was $6.70, and it took 88 days. And I do find that Free People still sells pretty well. It is starting to slow down, so I'm not going to make huge investments in it, but it's just a good bread and butter brand to continually sell, and it fills out my closet. The next item was a sale from my personal closet. It was a pair of 90 degrees shorts, which I can't imagine I spent much on to begin with. I'm sure I bought them from TJ Maxx. These sold on eBay for $8.99 with $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $6.48. So the total profit was $7.51, which is nothing to write home about, but you know, selling my own items, at least I'm recouping some of the money that I originally spent on it. And it only took 30 days to sell, which actually isn't bad. I do find that athletic wear is selling pretty well for me right now. So if you have some extra items clogging up your closet, now might be a good time to list those. We've got a similar story for this Adidas sweatshirt. This sold by a buyer offer. They offered $20 and paid $7.67 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0 because it was from my personal closet, just trying to clear out. And with shipping and fees, it was $11.67. The total profit was $16, and it took 30 days to sell. Again, from my personal closet, I sold an express light blue, kind of really tropical, bright dress that I had originally purchased to wear in Aruba for my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's wedding. They did a destination wedding, and I wish I could be there right now. This also sold through Poshmark VA for $21 and $5.95 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $11.87. So the total profit was $15.08, and it took 26 days to sell. So those were all of the items that sold within a week. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I have slowed down in the amount of work that I'm putting into my stores, so I have not really been listing continuously, and I'm definitely seeing a slowdown in sales because of that. It's expected. It's not surprising. And hopefully once I get into a routine, I'll be able to start listing again after giving birth. But I'm not going to put much pressure on myself because this is just a part-time thing for me. It's definitely a different song and dance for people who do resell full-time. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about this for your own personal reselling journey and life. If you found this video helpful, maybe thinking about what you can sell from your own closet or items to be on the lookout for, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and it would really help me out. And if you're new, I would love it if you could subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.